Look, we can get into the details of the series after the intro, but can we just start this off by agreeing that the conference finals have kind of been a snooze fest so far? Now look, I know it's been a great day for all Heat fans. I caught some of the game in public. People were cheering because of the dominance, and I can't imagine how Boston fans felt like watching on TV, watching in the arena. But like for the overall basketball fan, and even me as a Heat fan, first and foremost, I'm a basketball fan. It's just been like, dude, what happened to the second round closeness, the intensity, this and that. But all right, enough ranting on the negativity. Let's start this off with actually some more negativity. One, tell me y'all's heart didn't like stop for a second when Butler went down, when Tatum went down, and in my head I'm just like, oh my god, do not tell me that the two best players in this series, and I'm not gonna say arguably the entire conference finals, but in this series are down because for the rest of the series or for the next few games, because that would just come on. But fortunately Tatum came back, and Butler, I already saw a tweet that word is that his knee injury, it should be knee inflammation, I think it was. Maybe we'll see. I'm no doctor, but and also not even being a doctor, we just don't have the credible sources yet. They say it doesn't seem to be too serious, and he should be back by game 4. So Jimmy coming back, Tatum's possible injury, or if he did have an injury, minor injury, it seems, isn't as bad as it looked when he was like down, like when Tatum was down. Then we still got a series on our hands, guys. But all right, let's get into it. What can I say? The Heat came out swinging with a fucking chip on their shoulder, as they should have, because they got their ass embarrassed, handed to them, however you want to say it. There's so many like I'm thinking like fight clips from online that you can put of like how bad the Heat got beat down last in game 2, that they definitely carried that with them today. It kind of helped Lowry's back, and while Lowry, look, I've said this in the last game reaction, I don't fully trust Lowry right now. His presence still has a significant influence on the court, whether he's dishing out a multitude of assists or whether he's doing offensive stuff or helping on the offense. Just his presence alone helps space out the floor and have the opponent's defense thinking about him, because now that motherfucker's gonna be on your mind no matter what. If he's at 100%, if he's at 75%, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's still Kyle Lowry. And then one sticking to Heat credit, one thing I do want to point out, Victor Oladipo, man. While we can agree, because I think this would be the general consensus, his offensive game is still not to obviously what it was before, but even to I think the potential that it could reach after everything he's gone through, his defense potential seems to be, I don't want to say it's at its peak, but it is peaking right now. That guy has picked up his defensive prowess, talent, skill set, whatever you want to call it, very, very quick. I wonder if the Heat organization had something to do with it, in the sense of like what they practice in practice, like what kind of exercises they're doing, what kind of drills are they running for him. But like today was just, he's been pretty consistent, but today was just like some highlight. How many strips did he have today? Let's see, 4. 4. And he had 2 very prominent ones in the 4th quarter, I believe it was. Might have been the late. No, I think it was 4th. And sorry guys, when you're like trying to watch these games and observe and like trying to remember what am I gonna bring up in the podcast, a lot of it kind of becomes like a blur, unless it's some like big ass moments. But yeah, but also credit, I don't know, there's not too much you can give credit to on Celtics, except for one highlight, fucking Jaylen Brown. Guy dropped 40 piece on him today. And I said this in the last reaction for Dallas versus Golden State. Dallas wasted Luka's 40 piece. Yo, Celtics wasted Brown's 40 piece tonight. And but yeah, Jaylen Brown played like Jayson Tatum tonight. And this is why I have them. I've said this before. They're not. I don't find Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum necessarily Batman and Robin. I find them more like Batman and Superman. And by that I mean, I think they're equally as talented in the sense that overall they can both have peak moments. Without a doubt, Jayson Tatum is the more talented Celtic, and his ceiling is higher than Brown's. But when the fact they both can provide the same amount of peak performances or close to peak performances, back and forth, you know what I mean? Like you see tonight, he can drop a 40 piece, Tatum can drop a 40 piece, and back and forth. I'm not gonna get too into it, but you guys get the idea. I hope so. So tonight was a great example of that. He did have a that block he had on Strus. I think it was Max Strus. That was nasty. That was not that hurt my heart. like not for Max, well, a little for Max Strus, but just like whenever I see like players get like their asses handed to them, like, oh fuck, it was Max Strus as well. But like when Marcus Smart crossed him down, and now Brown blocked him. Like whenever a player goes through something like that, like I feel it, because like I just put myself in that shoe. Like, you know, like when you're in a pickup game or a school game or anything, and it's like when somebody has a nasty play on you, that shit's gonna hurt. So yeah, and yeah, that's all I would say. That Brown that block was beautiful. Chef's kiss. And then what else can we talk about? My bad, guys. This is a lot easier when I got my co-host. He wasn't able to make it today for work reasons, actually, and he was like, "Hey, we got it. We said we were gonna provide reactions every game. So hey, here I am. Here we are." And I say we because I'm gonna bring up some points that he brought up. I told him to text me what you got. What are some thoughts so I can like bring it up to the viewers. And this is what Erwin said. Consistency on the Heat's effort, the importance of Lowry coming back to probably set up Bam and others in the best spots. Facts. If the Heat can continue to put this effort moving forward, then hey, we got ourselves a series, and they have a solid chance to win this series. And I'm not saying that as a Heat fan, because objectively speaking, I do have the Celtics coming out of this series. But if the Heat can keep doing this, every time I've noticed that the Heat bring this type of like A1 effort, and they just come out swinging, Celtics, like they shrivel up into like the old Celtics. Because here's the thing, I actually have not been very high on the Celtics this year, especially going into this postseason and seeing how they've been performing in the postseason, like first round, second round, was when my opinion on them evolved. And originally, I viewed the Celtics as an A2 team, meaning yes, they got the potential, they got the young talent, they got the chemistry because that core piece has been together for a while. They're good to great on both offense and defense, but there was always something missing, and what was missing was consistency with the Celtics. Pressured games, clutch moments, yada yada, they would crumble under it. They would crumble under it, or if they didn't fully implode, it would be like, it was just that inconsistency of like sometimes they would have great nights, or sometimes Tatum would have great nights, and then sometimes him or Brown would just completely disappear. Now this year, nobody's immune to that, obviously, but Tatum, like I'm gonna focus on Tatum because he's the biggest factor. He seems to have had a mental evolution and switch of like an epiphany, if you will, of how to be able to be more consistent in showing up and being the Tatum that we know he can be in more games than not. You know what I mean? Like I really feel like he is flourishing right now. He is flourishing. I can't say flourish yet because I still think he's still got a lot that he can still like grow into, like for real. He's only 19. But yeah. And then so I say all that to say, like, that's how I view the Celtics now, because how they performed in the first round, how they performed in the second round, the opponents that they had those performances against, you know, Brooklyn Nets with KD and Kyrie, Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and obviously no Middleton, but they still had everyone else. Against the Heat, I don't know if it's a relapse, you know, but like a mental relapse, but like when the Heat come out swinging, all fucking guns firing, sometimes, like, that's how I felt they were in the first half. The Celtics, they kind of like reverse back to their old selves, like those Celtics that, you know, they can do better and they can be better, but they can't in those moments. And I don't know if it's because, like, you know, this is the Heat team that beat them a couple years ago in the Eastern Conference Finals, or this is like the first fully healthy team that they have faced, you know, aside from Lowry, but for most part fully healthy team, unlike, you know, the Bucks missing their second best player. Nets was like, you know, that was just a whole disaster going on. So I wonder if this is something we'll continue seeing forward, because, like, say for game 4 he come out again guns blazing, or if they don't, say Celtics win game 5, but then game 4, but then game 5 he do the same shit, and then Celtics keep shriveling up, then to me that means that if it gets to a game 7, I'm not so confident on the Celtics. You know what I mean? Because, like, yeah, because then at that point it's just like a formula. It's just like, I'm like, all right, all we gotta do, it's not all we gotta do, but is just make sure when we come out, we gotta come out in that first quarter like our lives depend on it. And it does, because, like, with the Celtics team, the Heat cannot be sleeping. They can't. This is a legit squad. It's, like I said, it's the first year where I fully believe they can't win the championship, or at the very least reach the finals. Like, this is their moment. Okay. Another thing I want to point out that Irwin said, and what the fuck to the Celtics making it look like soccer exaggerating their injuries. First Smart and then Tatum. I disagree with him on that. I don't think Tatum was highly exaggerating his injury. When you look at his face, for me, when they had the close-up shot, his facial expressions of, like, grimace and pain and like I can't think of the right vocab word for it right now. It seemed pretty genuine. Maybe some slight exaggeration, but usually, especially if you've worked in, like, film production, anything long enough, like, you can usually tell when someone's faking it or not. Like, you know, like Cristiano Ronaldo type of or Neymar type of foul calling. I don't think Tatum was exaggerating like that. What else? And then Irwin also said, and the Heat showed today the grit and heart the championship winning squad showed in bouncing back from game 2 blow up and not losing their shit by Boston's comeback and losing their best player in Jimmy for the second half. But of course Boston clearly missed Robert Williams, but he was doing a great job on limiting Bam. So Irwin's spitting facts right now. That is key. I was a little worried when Jimmy didn't come back after halftime that he could blow this. He could have easily blew it. You know what I mean? Because Celtics still got, like, obviously Robert Williams is pretty key to them, but he's no Tatum, he's no Brown, he's no Smart. If I'm, as a Celtics coach, I'd be pissed on, like, why we didn't steal this win coming into, like, the third or fourth quarter. Like, third quarter is a lot of times when games are won. So I would have came out that locker room, or at least halfway through the third quarter, been like, guys, let's get this going. Let's fucking nail these motherfuckers, because this was your opportunity. This was, if the Celtics came and did that and they took this game away from the Heat, it would have been like, a steal from their souls. You know what I mean? That's a deep cut, and it could have just completely discombobulated the Heat moving forward in the series. Now it may have the opposite effect. One thing, something that Erwin and I are in agreement with: if Butler isn't coming back, like I said earlier, seems like he will. But if he doesn't come back, Heat are probably fucked. This is their best player. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, you're gonna need him. If like Tatum was seriously injured and he didn't come back for the Celtics in the series or for the next few games, the Celtics are fucked. So you can't. There's a major difference between losing your second best player and your best player. So we'll see how it all plays out. I'm a little worried because, like, if Tatum goes down and the injuries in 2 series, there's a higher chance, a higher hope that he bounces back because the guy is 20 something, mid 20s. Body can recuperate a little quicker, or Butler is 34, I believe, creeping into his mid 30s. Body ain't gonna bounce back like someone in their 20s. So a minor injury, whatever the injury is, would have or can have a greater effect on him as opposed to like if he was in his 20s. So that's something to keep in mind. And one thing Erwin also pointed out that I wanted to bring up is Bam. This was Bam's coming out party, finally, like in the playoffs. Honestly, that's what it felt like. He finally attacked, realized that, like, hey, I'm the best big man in this series. You're the best big man in the entire conference finals, bro. Like, right now with the Warriors, the Mavs, and the Celtics and the Heat, Bam Adebayo, I'm just fucking around with Kendrick Perkins. You're the best big man left. Others have more size than you. Others can hold you down, but slow you down. Well, sometimes have held you down. But you're the best big man right now remaining. You should be able to fucking go blaze all out and just attack. That's all you got to do. You can't shoot, or not consistently. So just attack. And like, just think about the fact, like, if I'm Bam, one of the things I would just be thinking about is like, yo, Embiid's gone, Giannis is gone, Gobert is gone, like, Jokic is gone, like, any other obvious big man that's better than you and bigger than you, gone. And in the 2 ones in your conference, you haven't had not to face. Like, bro, the basketball gods have opened up your route. Take advantage of it. Just, yeah, go for it. And you did it tonight. You can do it again. 31 points plus 17 on the floor, 10 rebounds, 4 steals, 1 block, 6 assists. Look, man, you help a lot on defense, but for now, especially if Butler's gonna be a little slower, you and PJ Tucker also had a great game. Tucker's been fucking key for the Heat this whole playoff season. What Jay Crowder was to the Heat in 2020, that's what PJ Tucker is to them in 2022. And you guys together, Bam and Tucker, y'all could be like the Twin Towers right now, and just have each other's back. And I think while you are great defensively right now, I would do a little bit less on defense. Like, have a little bit less emphasis on defense if I'm Bam, or if I'm the coach and I'm telling this to Bam, and shift some of that more to the offense for you. And just, like I said, attack. Like, and that's what I would tell him if I'm a coach on that team right now, like on the Heat. I'd be like, yo, Bam, look, man, I'm just giving you a slogan for the rest of the playoffs, or at least for this series, and just keep repeating it to yourself. Attack. Boom. You're on the plane, I would just keep saying it in his ear. Attack. You guys are in the bathroom, he's on the urinal next to you, I just like whisper, attack. You know what I mean? Like, I'm eating lunch with him, I just like look up, yo, attack. And then just have that shit playing in his mind even when he's asleep. Just attack. Like, Actually, look, Heat related. Throwback to when Dwayne Wade and Kevin Durant had that. I think it was a Gatorade commercial where like they're asleep or Dwayne Wade was asleep. I think they're both asleep, and they like they picture. Remember like OKC and Heat were in the finals, and they picture going against each other, and they wake up. Like that. That's what it's got to get so ingrained in Bam's mind. Attack, attack, attack. That shit is just replaying in his sleep. That shit is just going on and on and on and on. And yeah, eventually subconsciously it'll just imprint on his brain, and we'll see great things moving forward from the guy. And yeah, I think that about covers everything I want to talk about. Like I said, as long as Tucker can keep doing this, the Heat overall had a pretty good balanced night for most players. Tucker 17 points, Adebayo 31, Lowry 11, Strus 16. Even fucking Martin had 8 points. Now, somebody that has been missing a little, Tyler. But I don't want to talk about Tyler too much because, like, whatever, like I said, he's been missing. If he can fucking tap into bubble Tyler a little bit more, hey, bro, like, then he have a much better chance. I don't know what's happening with him. Maybe he just got to find himself a little more. Whatever it is, just try to do something. I don't know what to I don't know what'll push the guy. Think about your son, man. I don't know. Whatever inspires you, because if you could consistently play like the sixth man that you proved to be this year, then he would be a lot more comfortable and confident against the Celtics. And I don't know if it's the Celtics defense, if maybe he's also a little intimidated, the sizing. Maybe he's just off too. I don't know. But Bam had Tyler. Bam had his coming out party for this series tonight. You're up next, bro. Let's see that. Let's see you live up to that baby GOAT status, because I know it's in you. And once you have that breakout game, I think the momentum will just keep going, moving forward from here to, like, if you guys make it to the finals. Same with Bam. Now he broke through that mental gate, whatever fuck you want to call it. Moving forward, I think we'll see a little bit more double-digit offensive nights from Bam than single digits. And that's all he could really ask for. And like I said, Bam Adebayo should focus now 40% to 35% on defense and the rest on offense, 60 to 65%. But yeah, I think game 5 is going to be interesting because Tatum is not going to play like this again. At least I don't think so. He looked a little off today, but that's what I want to bring up. Tucker's defense was the key tonight against Tatum. That shit was insane. Really like locked him down. As you can see, he only scored 10 points. But I mean, I don't think this is gonna keep up. He's gonna go back, watch film, talk to coaches, and adjust his game. That's what superstars do, and Tatum is a superstar now. And then Jaylen Brown, I don't expect him to drop another 40 piece in the next game, but 20 to 25 at least. And as long as this duo has one of those 20-25 plus nights together individually, then they're good. And as long as Mark Smart obviously put 16, but as long as Mark Smart keeps putting what he does on the offensive end, they're good. I also want Horford had 20 points. Shout out to Horford. Been saying this all night. Man drank from the fountain of youth before the start of these playoffs, and it's just been insane to witness. I'm very happy for him. But yeah, that about wraps it up. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Both of us will be back together. And yeah, if I missed anything, let me know. It's a little different doing it single because I'm just like, stream of consciousness is just floating, and I'm just, it's a lot easier when you got someone to bounce back off and they ask you questions, or like when they're talking, then you get some of your like new points, or some of the old points that are like in the back of your memory that you might forget about, they pop back up, or you forgot about, they'll pop back up. But yeah, whatever. And yeah, let me know what you guys think the Celtics could do better for the next game, and what you guys liked about the Heat doing this game and what they could do better. And yeah, that wraps it up. You already know, BTD, where we talk deep about ball. Follow us on Insta. Twitter's our main platform, so follow us there. TikTok, we got Facebook, and of course all the podcast streaming platforms. Definitely catch us on Spotify, Apple. Shout out to the audio listeners. I have no idea who you guys are, but it's cool to see like just those numbers randomly going up sometimes, and like it's just, hey, shout out to y'all. And shout out to the YouTube viewers, man. We see you guys killing it. The momentum's been real, and we really appreciate it. We love y'all, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Take care.